The man watched in horror as the calm sea ahead suddenly began surging backward rapidly. He swiftly turned his vessel and sped away, only to discover a massive tsunami bearing down from ahead. The man accelerated his boat directly toward the tsunami. Just as the monstrous wave was about to demolish the bridge, he raced up against the current at breakneck speed. At this point, the sea surface had reached an astonishing 90-degree angle. As the man neared the crest of the giant wave, a massive cargo ship suddenly materialized ahead. He frantically steered away, narrowly avoiding the deadly propellers. Just then, cargo from the giant vessel began plummeting down. The man desperately sprinted and dodged, finally escaping the ship and reaching safety. When he looked back, the vessel was collapsing toward the bridge. With a thunderous crash, this magnificent structure was instantly obliterated. Countless lives were swallowed by nature's fury in an instant. The origins of this catastrophe trace back 5 days earlier. Humanity, still unaware of the impending disaster, excitedly visited this spectacular landmark as usual. Among them were a geology professor and his assistant, conducting earthquake prediction experiments at the site. Just as they were celebrating their experimental success, the seismograph suddenly detected intense signals. The building's lights began swaying gently. Within seconds, violent tremors struck. The professor rushed to check the data on his computer, astonished to find that the earthquake had already reached magnitude 8 in such a short time. The dam then developed massive cracks and began collapsing. People fled in panic. The assistant, escaping from the building, spotted a young girl crying in a corner, paralyzed with fear. He rushed over, scooped her up, and ran. Suddenly the ground gave way. The assistant threw the girl to the professor, but was himself claimed by the merciless disaster. The professor stood horrified at the scene before him. Back at the laboratory, the professor and his students conducted further research into the disaster, uncovering something even more terrifying. The catastrophe hadn't ended, but was spreading along the mountain range toward the entire city center. After running projections, the professor concluded that this earthquake could reach a devastating magnitude 9. The professor immediately contacted media outlets, broadcasting emergency evacuation warnings to residents throughout the region. Just then, a new wave of earthquakes began. The entire city plunged into total crisis. Firefighters, alerted by the broadcast, immediately deployed helicopters for rescue operations. En route, they received a distress call. A woman was trapped in a building on the verge of collapse. The pilot immediately redirected to the rescue. Arriving at the scene, he found the entire building already crumbling. The firefighters spotted the woman in the rubble just in time. The pilot quickly lowered a rescue ladder, pulling her to safety in the instant before the building's final collapse. Due to copyright restrictions, I can only share this much of the film. The movie is called San Andreas.